Okay, so I want to talk about one of my favorite stocks right now, which is Mastercard. Okay, this is a stock that's been very kind to investors over the last 2 years, and the reason why it has done so is because it has maintained a very tight uptrend over that period of time. This is a great example of the power of the concept of trend. Okay, so trend is a persistent directional movement in price over time. And as long as that stock remains in a trend, it allows us to exploit it for profit. These 6 dates here that I've outlined are days where price approached and touched this trend line here, right here, where investors responded by jumping in and keeping the trend in motion. And when you see that occur, on multiple occasions here, September 14th, 2010, December 17th, 2010, June 8th, 2011, October 4th, 2011, January 24th, 2012, June 4th, 2012. What you are looking at is a high degree of institutional guardianship for that stock. I'm talking about your big money investment banks, pension funds, brokerages, hedge funds, and just by way of comparison, let's look at another stock during this same time frame. Okay, so let's look at Google. Okay, look at this stock. Okay, it is a fugly mess. There's no guardianship for this stock. Okay, and as a company, I love Google, but this stock is all over the place. There's nobody looking after it. So, this here, is really what you want to see. Um, so just remember, all trends eventually come to an end, but until they do, we can exploit them. So, all that being said, let's line up where MasterCard is now and what the next opportunity in this stock is likely to be. So, let's zoom in here. Okay. All right, so I regret to inform you that the latest buy and hold opportunity has come and gone as of June 4th, 2012. What's likely to come next, however, is a short to intermediate term trade um, that, um, when, excuse me, is a short to intermediate term trade when price breaks out of this 467 level here. And the reason why this will be a short-term trade is because even though Mastercard is likely to break this 467 level and get substantially above it, in time it's likely to revisit that price within a few months. And the reason for that is a little phenomenon that we like to call in the biz resistance becomes support, or as I like to call it, walking the stairs. So let's take a look back at this uptrend and I'll just show you what I'm talking about real quick. Okay. Now, when a trend is in motion, it will tend to create areas of price resistance, break out from those areas of resistance, and then revisit them later as support. So, actually, the first example we have in this particular uptrend is this level here, which is about, let's call it $220. You see how in August and September 220 provides resistance, then price breaks out above it, then later revisits it as support. Okay, that's standard textbook operation for an uptrend. So it did that here. Then again, it does the same thing. Okay, so you see how in November and December of 2010, it hits that 260 level as resistance, eventually breaks above it, then revisits it as support. Same phenomenon, and this stock is just basically walking the stairs. Okay, same thing here in 2011. May and June sets up this level of let's call it 290 as resistance, breaks above it. Okay, later finds it as support in October. Okay, same thing here. Okay, in December of 2011, uh, develops this price resistance around, let's call it 385, breaks above it, and then revisits it in June of 2012. So all we're looking for really is history to repeat itself here. Okay, we want to see a breakout over this 467 level. Okay, we're going to probably get substantially above it, but then several months later, we will probably revisit this price. So that's why it's a short to intermediate term trade, not a buy and hold trade at this point in time. Later on, after that impulse fizzles out, it will set up the next buying opportunity, which hopefully, if the trend remains intact, will still be some point along this line. So, you know, it might be 30 or 40 bucks a share or so. And then, then after, it achieves that, it's time to pull back and wait for the next opportunity. So 30 bucks a share, if you have 100 shares, will get you about $3,000. Or if you had 1,000 shares, it'll be $30,000, which is, not bad for a few weeks work if you can get it. So, I think I'll follow this stock, and as opportunities present themselves, I'll continue to post videos. But that's just one stock that has been my favorite for the past couple of years, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.